Hello, my name is Shawn Changhao Lee. I'm sitting here with my cousin, Mary Jialing Lee, and the day is December 7th, 2019. We are recording this interview in Chicago, Illinois. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
How have you been?
Pretty good.
Great. So, you know what? I'm really excited about this interview, and you know why is that? Because this is going to mean a lot to me because interview will become a precious memory to me in the future. So
Glad to hear that.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. All right, um, let's start with our first question. So, could you tell me when and where were you born?
I was born in Kaifeng, I think. Yeah. And but I grew up in Shenzhen. Both places are in China, as you know.
Okay, so I'm wondering that like, could you tell me could you describe to me what your childhood looked?
Let's see, my childhood. I remember spending a lot of time with my grandparents,
Okay.
and that was really fun. My grandpa really liked exercising in the morning. I remember getting up early and going to park with him, and he also liked fishing, and he would take me to fishing with him, and that was really fun too. Also like my neighborhood, because I had a lot of friends, and every day after school, after we finish our homework, we would go out and play. And back in the old days, the neighborhood uh, is, still pretty poor by today's standard, but the environment was great, and we're very close to the nature, and there's dirt on the road and not concrete everywhere, and there's lots of trees and lots. So it's a beautiful memory. And then I remembered growing up in Shenzhen, away from my grandparents, and Shenzhen is more modern, and people are more distant from each other. Just like any big city, it's hard to get to know people better. But I still remember in joining school, and having some close friends that I till this day still keep in touch with. So I think those, and then I also remember my mother being very busy when I was young, and that's pretty much all the memories I have. I was very fond of childhood in general.
Wow, that's really nice. Um, but why? What reason caused you to came here for education?
Oh, you mean the U.S.?
Yeah.
Um, let's see. So there was a lot of things going on in the families, and we first of all we all think that the U.S. provides a better higher education, and then I also like back in the day, it's a popular thing to do to come to the U.S. and for studies. And then I think it's also important that my mother had a friend in Hong Kong who sent both of his children to the U.S. He's kind of a let's see, mentor type figure for my mom, and he recommended an international exam, and then I participated in that program, the U.S., and then I just keep on staying here because I like it pretty well, and I think I started enjoying school a lot more once I came to the U.S. Like in China, school was okay. I mean, it was fun to hang out with friends and play, but school in itself, I think it was a lot of just trying to get good grades and enjoyable learning.
Same as me when I was in China.
Lots
The
of homework and then like grades are the only thing that matters. And grades are important, but like I was not very motivated, and that changed when I came to the U.S.
Was there anyone who's really special to you in your life before you came here? Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, all my families are special to me. My mother in particular, but then back when I right before I came, I think my mother was also having a lot of personal. I think her, she made up her mind to send me here because she think I would be free of a lot of troubles that. So I mean, it's a major sacrifice that she made to send me here, and so she's really special, like my, and she will always be. And, let's see, yeah, inspiring stories. So she's special, and then my grandparents are special because I, have a lot of fun memory of them, and then my uncle, lots of people, and then also back in, old days when I was younger. I mean, like when life gets busy, friends become less important because they come.
friends are always be there with you. So when you came here, I stayed in America. Who do you think meaningful person, most helpful person to you?
After I come here or
Yeah,
before
after.
after I came to the US,
Yes.
who was important, or like who was very helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, so I stayed with two of host families, and they helped me a lot. But I think what really helped me was college experience. I had some professors that I was very close with, and they not only they also cared a lot about my personal. I feel free to just drop by their office and talk about pretty much anything. Like I have this one economic professor. Sometimes I would just open door policy, and I become very close to. They also have very big influence on my decisions of pursuing higher education post college. Also was important. And then I had a couple really good friends too in college that really shaped my view about religion. Yeah, probably one of the most religious person that she would we will have roommate prayers in general. The environment very friendly, and then people cared about each other. So that. But in terms of long-term career and long-term mentoring, I think a lot of my college professors.
Why did you pick like religion?
So I go to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and it's also known as Mormons. Let's see, why did I pick it? I didn't really pick it. When I first came to the US, as I mentioned, all LDS members, and then so I was integrated into their community pretty well. That community, and I enjoyed going to Brigham Young University, which is a university private university sponsored by church, and then I enjoyed seeing what I saw, and then I enjoyed the people I met at the church. I didn't really shop around for religion. It's not like I went to different church, like fell into this church and enjoyed. And I also had a couple spiritual experiences that convinced me it was a good place to go to. I wouldn't say who knows? Nobody knows like which religion is really like the only. Most people, my church, the people in my church really believed in doing good, and they really believed in Christ and in Jesus Christ and doing everything on his behalf of him. So I think in general, it's a really good church, but still, I mean, I didn't really shop around. I'm happy at where I am.
So you graduated from University of Chicago, and then why caused you to?
I mean, like, why I chose to keep going to school instead of doing other things? Is that your
Yes.
question?
Yep.
Okay, so back when I was in different internships, do you know what internships are?
Like a different offer.
So internship, it's a short period of time where you go to a company.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I
So,
think.
so I have different internships,
Mhm.
and then and those internships also turn into offers, but then I didn't back then.
See.
So between the summer of my junior year after finishing the junior year, I had an internship with Goldman Sachs. It's a financial firm. You'll hear about them later. Their Chinese name is Gaosheng. And then I really hated it. It was not. Let's see. I mean, I was busy, and they kept me busy, but then I didn't feel very accomplished, and then I didn't feel like I was creating value for the society. I also didn't feel like I was ready. I just had a lot more to learn about the world and about there's just a lot of things I think I need to improve, understand the world and what's important, and then the important skills I need. I feel like a college degree wasn't enough to get me where I wanted to be. So, I mean, I know, and back then I knew that I wanted to be a more independent thinker, and then I also wanted to be someone who can be more important. But then, like, any college degree will just give you, like, an entry level job at different firms are typically pretty boring. Like, you don't. And then in particular, I didn't really enjoy Goldman Sachs. So I didn't want to go back. And then, I mean, it was a good offer, but but then I also think getting a PhD from talking to my professors, as I mentioned, they were my mentors, and I was very close to them. But yeah, I remember like one professor in particular. His name is Jeffrey Humphreys. So Jeff was having this deep conversation with me, and he is like, well, he knew that I was ambitious and want to do, want to be like doing real important. And so his point is that, especially in the future, what can distinguish you from other people is whether or not you're an independent thinker and whether or not you have the credential. And then, so what do you know what credential is? So like, why should people believe in you? So you need to have some sort of credibility. So you need to be like, okay, so for example, like a professor, the title itself is a credential. So people think, people will be like, well,
So
we should believe him because he
he's-
has specialization in this and that. So like a PhD is also a credential. Like in the future, like why should people listen to you? There's so many different opinions, so many different voices. But then, that automatically give you more credential.
I see.
And then, well, he knew that I wasn't particularly fond of being a professor. But then he still, like, it doesn't mean you have to be a professor. If you get a PhD, he'll be more willing to listen to you.
Well, I don't want to be that. Do my best.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and take care
that's
of my
all.
family.
Yeah, that's always. That's a.
So what your point is, so right now, how your job so far? Like it's great.
I really do enjoy my job. Um, so I am a consultant, well, economic consultant, well-known firm in the field. And day to day, I like, really work on high are very much relevant. I mean, you would really see, you do see a lot of these cases show up in like Wall Street Journal and like newspapers. So these are like important cases, and then I provide economic analysis on, for example, like the I don't know if you heard of it, the AT&T and Time Warner merger. In the news, so Trump was very against it, and then so it was all over the news. And so the question is whether or not the merger between these two firms will become anti-competitive, and then to answer that question, you need people who have specialization in economics, and so those are the kind of things that we do on a day-to-day basis. I really do enjoy my job. I mean, but every job has downsides. It's not like I enjoy really long hours, and sometimes it's, well, in terms of just like repetitive thing. Sometimes I have to manage people. I don't, I'm not a natural manager, and then I learn management skills. I have to write reports, and I don't really enjoy writing all that much. So there's things that I don't enjoy, but then I really enjoy the people I work with, and in particular, I really enjoy the experts. The way they think about the world and the way they think about problems are very.
So are you considering to be CEO something like that? You wanna,
I might open my own firm one day, but it's probably not going to be economic consulting. I mean, I I think I just want to like try to figure out what I can do to create value for the world. And sometimes that doesn't have to be economic consulting. I mean, I don't ever see myself becoming an testifying expert in courts. But I would like to have my own side business. I don't think I'll ever be a CEO of a large corporation. I think that's too much. I would like to have more different sources of income, so that might lead to me opening up. I wouldn't call myself a CEO. I would probably just be an investor.
So what are the things you wanna? Like, what are the things you're interested in to do when you have free time? Like for example, like
Oh, if I have
this.
free time?
Yeah.
If I have free time, I enjoy sleeping. Um,
No,
I
everybody
want to
does sleep.
say, I enjoy reading, but I haven't really read as much. So, back in college, I read, a novel every other week or something. And that was a really good habit. But then once I graduated, I've got, especially with a family and with a child. These days, what do I really enjoy? Okay, so in general, if I just have unlimited time, I will probably really enjoy going to the beach. I like lie down on the beach and don't do anything for like and then just anything that's like relaxing. Oh, I really enjoy massage. Um, so if you truthfully, like those are the things that I really enjoy. But then the right answers are always, oh, I enjoy reading. I do enjoy reading books. I do enjoy playing tennis. I also enjoy spending time with friends. I enjoy watching movies. I enjoy eating a really good meal. But most of the time, I really just.
Okay, so what's the feeling like to become?
Let's see what the feelings like. Feeling feels, well, every once in a while I feel pretty proud and pretty happy with the child. But most of the time it's just constant exhaustion, especially with work and with moving to a new place. I'm sure I will enjoy it more, but right now it's just pretty a lot of work.
I see. Do you currently have any plans for?
No. That's a thing that our parents do. We shouldn't do that. Like, yeah, don't tell your about this.
Okay.
Like children should really grow up to become whoever, as long as I think as long as Owen grew up to be somebody of use, he doesn't have to do whatever I want him to do. If he's happy and healthy and a good person, then I'm very happy. A good person that can like create value in the society. Not just, first of all, he like doesn't do bad things, and second, like he have skills that can support him and his family. Then I think he doesn't have to be the president or like anyone important. It doesn't, like, I don't think I really have any expectations set on my children. Very different, to what our parents, like how Chinese culture is. Like Chinese parents place a lot of
Oh, such a good mother. Like, it would be such a good
I don't think so.
Well,
See.
yeah.
Well, see, right
Who
now I'm
knows?
just like, I'm really tired. I'm just hoping to keep this little guy alive. That's my goal.
Alive. That I think little Oven's really cute. I think he's probably the cutest one. That's why.
No, that's not true. Owen
Wow.
is cute, but he's not the cutest. He's pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say if he is she something. If he is a girl, that would be, it would be great when robot. That would be very attractive.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because
Oh well, he's pretty cute. He will be pretty handsome, I hope.
yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be pretty. He can be handsome instead. Else maybe. I mean, he's definitely not going to be the only.
Wow, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
You're looking
really
forward to,
Well,
to
I
me
really-
having more kids.
Yeah, really
Uh-huh.
wanting niece,
Yeah, I like little girls too.
Yeah.
But then you'll have to be off to college.
Mm. Yeah, that's right.
Get into a good one.
It was really nice talk. I wish that we can keep this forever. This
Yeah.
is good.
Well, I mean, I'm always here. It's not like I'm going anywhere.
well, that's not what I mean. Okay.
And then if you want to talk, we can always talk.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, especially if, your niece.
Happy that I have like cousins. Yep. That's. Well, I think I don't know someone else, but I can say you're not
Like 2 cousins.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's not very hard to be 1 out of 2.
Yes. Well, that's right. But what I mean is like you're not just like my cousin, but you're more like my sister. Like I'm little brother.
Well, sometimes I can be pretty straight.
Well,
I think you're doing pretty well these days, so keep it up.
thank you for your time, and I really appreciate it.
Fine.
I'm really glad you're here, and
I'm happy to be here too.
Alright,
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Have a good night.